We have a question from Camille. A question from Camille. Can you please talk about resistance? What it can look like in unexpected ways and ways around it. Are there any higher level techniques? Well, what is resistance? It's really just, well, it comes in many, many forms. I remember somebody who came to see me and he said, I can't be hypnotized. That was good news for me because it meant, okay, here we have somebody with this conscious belief, I can't be hypnotized. Okay. Yeah, he's come for hypnotherapy. So what does that tell you? A part of him believes he can be hypnotized, but he's saying, there's no way I can be hypnotized. So there's a contradiction, right? So his conscious mind is saying, there's no way I can be hypnotized, yet his unconscious mind has brought him to a hypnotist. Hang on a minute. Okay, so is that a resistance? Well, in a sense, maybe it's fear. Maybe it's some anxiety, some doubt, maybe scared of giving away information. You know, the whole way that media portrays hypnosis, it puts these ideas into people's heads. Stage hypnotists do the same things. And when a client comes to see us, they can be a little bit nervous sometimes. So I can't be hypnotized. So the very fact he said I can't be, it means he has strong beliefs. Yet he's here in the chair. Part of him thinks he can. So can I shift his belief from not to yes, from no to yes? Okay. So working with resistance. First of all, you know, I think if you're very direct as a hypnotherapist and you've got a resistant client, that is scary if you're a direct hypnotherapist. I remember seeing an American stage hypnotist who started running therapy courses. And he did this weekend course in London. And this was many, many years ago. He's probably no longer around. He's quite a legend, early days in America as a stage hypnotist. And I was right at the front. I wanted to see this guy. And there's a lot of people, there's about 100 people there. And he asked for a volunteer to come out of the audience. It wasn't me, no, I wanted to watch it. And some guy got up there and he was standing up, right? So the guy's going to hypnotize him standing up, okay? And it's like he put his hands on his neck and said, on the count of 3, when you go to sleep, you're going to sleep. What do you think? Sleep like this, okay? And we watched, and then the volunteers put his head up like this. He did it again. Sleep. The guy put his head up again. And so this time he decided to push him down on the floor. So sleep, he pushed him down onto the floor. He put his head up again. And so he actually pushed him on the floor. I was right at the front. He pushed this guy on the floor, leant over him with his hands on his shoulders. And he said, sleep, you bastard. Now, can you imagine doing that with a client? So, first of all, okay, so you've got somebody who's resistant. Using a direct approach is not a good idea. But if you're an Ericksonian, you don't go that far. You don't do something as crazy as that. If you're an Ericksonian, you imply everything. So what you can do, first of all, is to ask about things they like doing. Okay, what do they enjoy doing? You know, what hobbies do they have? You know, where's this coming from? You know, they came in, you know, and they start talking about things they like doing. And then you start implying through your questions that they could access the trance part of what they do. You know why? Because all leisure activities, pretty much all leisure activities, have a trance component. That is, they switch off the world around them and they go inside, they focus, or they focus outside. Like if you're an archer, for example, you focus outside, but it's a trance. It's an external trance. There's a trance component. And if, of course, it's something like listening to music or something like that, they sit at home with headphones or whatever they do, they're like going to a concert or something, there's a trance. And you get them to talk about their feelings of doing their interest. And you watch the minimal cues, okay? Now, because they're not consciously aware that you're doing hypnosis yet, they're not resisting. So you're bypassing the resistance. Okay, so that's how I would normally approach this. It's like you're evoking the trance from within them. NLP talk about polarity responses. Now, polarity response is where someone always does the opposite of what you say. It's a way of the awkward teenager syndrome. A lot of teenagers go through that, when they're about 13, 14, something like that. They'll do the opposite. They'll reject what you say. They're trying to find their independence. Well, some people hang on to that throughout the rest of their life, and they'll always do the opposite or say the opposite. They'll come back. It's like they don't want to be told what to do, kind of thing. So think about that. They don't want to be told what to do, which is why the Erickson is not telling somebody what to do. It's evoking the response. Well, a polarity responder is someone who's like that. Okay. So what is suggested there is you tell them the things you don't want them to do. And then they reject that. They resist it. Okay. I don't want you to go into hypnosis for quite a while. Okay. There's a suggestion. Okay. And they'll go, well, I'm not. I won't. Okay. I won't go to trance for quite a while. Okay. And then you can say to them, whatever you do, don't pay attention to your breathing right now. I'm going to pay attention to my breathing. I'm going to pay attention to my breathing. Or they'll think it, because nothing's really happening at this moment. You go, well, it is. Okay. So they're going to reject what you say, turn it around and throw it back at you, or they'll think it. So you can tell them to do the things you don't want them to do, then they end up doing the opposite. I rarely use that, but it's an NLP thing. I don't need to use it really, because I prefer the implication method.